What's up? How's it going? It's April 5th, 2014. It's closing time on the day, I guess you could say. I thought I'd come to you with one more video about another video that I had recently saw on YouTube. And this is two new drivers, I guess, and soon to be new drivers possibly. The video was about a driver who had to take a 10-hour break, woke up, was told to drive 30 miles, well 20 miles I think he said, and then take another 10-hour break. And I don't know about you, but I can't, and I know there's probably a lot of people that can't sleep after sleeping 10 hours after only being up for 30 minutes. And well, anyways, he did his business. He waited the 10 hours or whatever to go get the next load. He drove a couple hours, and then he was too tired to drive anymore. His load didn't have any free time, so he called his company, told them the issue, that he wasn't able to drive because he was poorly planned for a load by the load planners or whoever does it for that company that he works for. And they gave him hassles. They tried to bully him to run anyways, even though he was tired. He even made a comment he does not want to do it because he's worried that if he screws up, he could hurt somebody pretty much. And one of the dispatchers, or whoever it was, pretty much said, I don't have time to listen to that BS, hurting somebody or whatever. That's an extreme excuse. Which it's not, because if you do get tired and you do slip up while you're driving, somebody's death could be on your hands just like that. So, it was crazy. Anyways, the dude had recorded the call, because apparently this has happened before, and he wanted to get concrete evidence to show his safety manager and managers or whatever about the BS that he has to put up with the nighttime dispatcher when he was poorly planned for a load. Now, some people are saying, well, he should have just refused the load if he knew he had to wait another 10 hours and he knew he wasn't going to be able to sleep. But being a company driver, you don't have the option to refuse loads unless your truck is broke down or you're out of hours, pretty much. Most of these companies don't want to hear it. They got a load for you, you got to play their game. And but the one thing is, if you do get tired, they cannot make you drive when you're too tired to drive. If you tell them you're tired to drive and they tell you you got no choice but to keep rolling, the dispatchers would no doubt lose their job, or you would have a lawsuit on your hand. These dispatchers never told him to actually drive. They just kept on trying to bully him. They told him that this company only has a yes or no policy. Yes, I can do it, or no, I'm a failure and I won't do it. The video that I'm talking about, some of you may have seen it. It's called, I forgot what it's called. What's that? The video is called The Ugly Truth of Trucking. It's by a guy I've been following for about 2 months now on Facebook and YouTube. It's on his page, Run Hard, Get Paid. I think that is. Yeah, Run Hard, Get Paid. And his name's Abe. He seems like a decent dude. He's from Michigan too, it sounds like. Which I'm from Michigan, so I like that fact. Maybe that's why I like his video so much. I don't know. But, yeah, so. But, anyways, as I think I was saying, if I did not forget, he made the video because he's expecting trouble, because he's had trouble in the past. And he wanted to be able to show his bosses what they do. Well, after the bullying was over, they somebody finally got another driver to come and get his load, and then take the load that the other driver brought, which will give him a couple hours a nap, and then go deliver it. And he was cool with that. But unfortunately, he took the video in the next day or something like that, or whenever he got to the terminal and showed it to his manager, showed it to the safety manager, and they just said, well, that's the way trucking goes. And that was going to be it for the most part with this company, he figured. So I guess he put it on YouTube to publicize the harassment that you could deal with as a driver in the industry, the bull crap that you got to put up with. And lo and behold, naturally his company saw the video, and then they started caring a lot because that was publicity against the company itself for having nighttime dispatchers that really didn't give a care about the safety of a driver's well-being, and they cared more about the freight than the driver trying to tell them, hey, I'm just too tired to drive. It's that simple. You guys left me sitting for 20 hours almost simultaneously, probably longer. I was trying to do my best, and being a company driver, I know I couldn't refuse the load, so I tried my best, but here it is, midnight hours, something like that. I don't know what time it was exactly for Abe, but he could not drive anymore, and he got bullied for trying to get out of it, trying to get some extra time or whatever. But I guess apparently, according to his follow-up video, The Ugly Truth of Trucking, they took care of it the right way. They handled it properly. So just pointing out to you new drivers and soon-to-be new drivers, it will happen to you probably more than once on a lot of occasions. Your driver managers at nighttime, especially, because they got to take care of so many drivers, and sometimes they don't want to deal with any matters. They're going to want to bully you to keep running even if you're tired. I've shut my truck down twice previously with 3 other companies that tried to do that to me. And yeah, they did not listen to me, and they wound up renting me up because the load was late. They didn't do nothing about it. I told them, hey, I need a break right now because I'm too tired. They just said, do the best you can, and then that was the end of the conversation. Then I got a call like 8 hours later. Hey, we noticed you haven't moved your truck. You're now like 3 hours late for your delivery, even if you roll right now, so I'm giving you a service failure. And then I tried saying how they had, I had talked to the dispatcher, but they didn't take me serious, and they said, well, there's no record of that. So I wish I would have done what Abe did and recorded the conversation in that instance. So maybe I could have fought my write-up. Then there's other drivers out here that say it's part of the territory. You're going to have to expect to sit for 10 hours and drive like a few minutes and sit another 10 hours. And then you just got to do it and drive all night long. If you've got the energy to do it, I say that's great, but you know your body. If you're tired at all, it's not worth the risk. There's too much stuff that can go wrong. And once you tell your company you're too tired to drive, but then you give in to their demand to keep rolling, then it could be your fault if you get in a wreck or somebody hits you. If the word gets out, you already tried telling your company you're tired and you gave in. It's come back to you because you did not do the responsible thing, which was keep that truck parked until you got your nap in to feel better, to drive safely. So you really got to think carefully when that company wants to make you drive beyond your alertness level. Yeah, it sucks being a company driver because you don't got much say so, but you should never drive if you're tired. Get that nap in, whatever it takes. Tell your company. They will not force you to drive because they cannot do it. They might be able to write you up or something, or they might find some kind of loophole to say, well, you should have told us earlier. But as Abe pointed out in his follow-up video, I think it was, he was too scared. He thought about it when he first got the load assignment that told him just drive 30 miles and sit for another 10 hours. He knew there's possibilities he was going to be tired by the time it was time to roll. But he was hoping he'd have the energy to make it, I'm sure, like we all do, because we don't ever want to get on our manager's bad side, because then that could screw us up for future runs, or we could go at the bottom of the waiting list for next loads, or, you know, we'd like to do everything we can to please our drivers, plus we need the money. So trying to tell them ahead of time you don't think you're going to make it isn't necessarily a wise idea, because then if you are energized and they take that load from you and they say, well, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning, and then you wind up being up for the next 24 hours, well, you're going to be in the same boat anyways. So it's a tough call either way. To you new drivers and soon-to-be new drivers out here, you really got to either tell your dispatcher right away. If you know you're not going to be able to run it, that's good, but don't let these dispatchers, nighttime especially, BS you around, trying to bully you, telling you there's no other choices. If you're tired, you're tired. That's all there is to it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say on the issue of Abe's video. I thought it was really informative. I thought it was well caught on tape, well, digital recording device, and I'm glad he posted on YouTube and his channel, Facebook, and all that stuff, so other new drivers like yourself could see it. Again, that was on his channel, Run Hard, Get Paid, and it was titled The Ugly Truth of Trucking, and also his follow-up video, which was titled the same thing, just had the word follow-up added. I think it's well worth a watch. I really don't. There's a couple drivers that think that he shouldn't have done it like that. But the fact is, if he would have never posted that video, it would have never made any headway with this company. They would have probably never done anything about it. And if it changes policies with that company to make the dispatchers more caring and understanding to drivers' situation when they plan a driver poorly with the load, that's great power. And also, hopefully now more dispatchers will think twice before they start ranting off to the driver on the phone, that now other drivers might have a smart idea to record the conversation so they have something to show for their harassment and the bullying and the pressure to drive against their better judgment. And the rudeness of that one guy when he said that don't use that excuse, pretty much that you're worried you might kill somebody, because he didn't have time for that BS. Yeah, so they really did, those dispatchers that night were just putting a load before the safety of a driver who knew he reached his limits. I think he's been driving for at least 4 years. So in 4 years, you should definitely know your limits or not, when you can go. And I'm sure he's done lots of nights where he's had that crappy layover time, and he's managed to make it through the nights before. We all have. But if you know you're not able to make it, there's been nights where I had to like constantly tap my face for like hours straight just to keep motivated, to keep awake while I'm driving. That Red Bull, that 5-hour energy, it doesn't work till like 2-3 hours later for me. So it was useless. I used to do that stuff and it never worked. If you're tired, just pull the truck over, tell your company if you can't make the load on time. Just say you're sorry, but it just can't happen. You can explain your situation. And like I said, they're either going to reschedule the appointment or they'll send another truck that's in the area who can run it and get it. Yeah, they might give you a little hassle about it, but at least you're not endangering nobody's life that way. And that does it for me on this topic for right now. And like I said, I'll just say good job, Abe, for your decision and sticking to your ground and not being bullied. Of course, now I saw your latest video, which you're no longer a truck driver anymore for the time being. But good luck anyways on your new job. And hope everything works out. This is Don Johnson. You've been watching the Don Johnson channel. Till next time, catch you later.